The blue lights are going out all over the Western Cape, and the Americans are still struggling with our accents. This is ZA News. Let's get it on. The Western Cape government has passed a resolution banning all blue light convoys in the province from December.
Yes, Tim, you're right. You will remember earlier this year that I vowed to put a stop to these bullies with their sirens and flashing lights. And well, now I've kept my word.
So no flashing blue lights at all in the Western Cape then, Madam Premier?
They may only be used in genuine emergencies by policemen in the course of their duties. A politician who is in a hurry to get home for dinner in rush hour traffic is not an emergency. Politicians must remember they are not more important than policemen.
It remains to be seen, though, how this law will be enforced, doesn't it, Mrs. Zille?
What do you mean, Tim? The law is the law and it will be enforced.
But the police ministry says that provinces do not have the power to say where and when these blue lights can be used.
Oh, we'll see about that, Tim.
Are you the white lady who is making all the trouble?
I beg your pardon?
We are receiving the reports that here is the white madam who is kissing the criminals by interfering with the bloody business of the police.
We are not interfering with any police duty, General. We are...
It is the duty of the police to have the blue lights to notify the criminals that we are on duty and that we are coming for them. Finish and clear.
Well, really?
We are escorting you out of here, madam, with the blue light. No bloody questions.
But...
Quiet, madam. You are not a motorbike. Hear me?
Hip-hop godfathers, Public Enemy, the original pioneers of the genre, will be performing in South Africa with their original line-up. Chuck D, Flavor Flav, Professor Grief, and Security of the First World, and hanging out with some local crews.
So this is the ugly Helen Madam Z. She is the bloody Peter Pill. She is putting out the blue light. And for the ANC, this is not right. Quick, comrade, get the doom and spray the cockroach from the roof. She is the bloody agent. Comrade.
Huh? What is it?
What is rhyming with agent?
Vagrant.
Okay, she's a bloody vagrant. What else?
Fragrant.
How? Fragrant. What does it mean? Is it a revolutionary word, this one?
It is, like the poofy.
Is it in the Petty Dictionary, this word?
Amanda Reineke, the so-called Blue Bulls cougar, who is accused of conspiring to kill the rugby player Dion Helberg, has been granted bail in the Pretoria Magistrates Court.
You know, Tim, I am very much aware of these cougars. These are the ladies who are maybe 40 years old, but who are still very much the very fine ladies. And they are working in teams.
In teams, Mr. President? You mean like Mrs. Reineke, who is said to have worked with a team of alleged Nigerian hitmen in an apparent attempt to murder her daughter's former boyfriend?
No, Tim. I mean these women are going out together to find the very powerful men like Msholozi.
Mr. President, sir. Isn't a cougar an older or mature woman who dates younger men?
No, Tim.
She isn't?
No, Tim. She is the very fine lady who is dating Msholozi because he is like the younger man.
You are like a young man, Mr. President.
Very much so, Tim. Even without the Bangalala. I am the young bull. I am the Zulu warrior whose spear is always sharp.
That's quite enough, Mr. President.
That's very funny, Tim. Because that is what these ladies, these cougars are saying to Msholozi.
Film fans who have seen clips of the forthcoming movie on Winnie Madikizela Mandela have reported that Jennifer Hudson does not do justice to the title role, and that, as feared, the American actress's South African accent is terrible.
Well, hello, Tim. I mean, what were these people, expecting? For heaven's sake, these are the movies.
Maybe, Miss Theron, they were expecting a South African accent from a South African character in a film directed by a South African and shot in South Africa.
Oh, jeez Louise, Tim. You guys don't want a lot, do you? I mean, how many Americans do you think would want to see a film like that? Where they're like, they can't understand what you people are saying.
They seemed to have understood what the South Africans were saying in District 9, not so, Miss Theron?
Yeah, but Tim, that was a science fiction film, not a struggle film where African Americans can, get in touch with their roots and stuff.
Well, maybe they could have done the rootsy thing by learning the accent the same way you studied American accents, Miss Theron, from television programs.
Good heavens, no, Tim. Oh, you honestly think that people can expect to watch things like Seven de Laan and Noord for Nerd and SABC? I mean, jeepers, it's horrible. It's too horrible for words. It's torture.
Thanks, Miss Theron. Tot ziens en so bona.
Hysterical.
Why are we doing this? Because here we can. From me, Tim, and the team is Hambagatle. Goodbye and Futsek.
Hell's bells, Tim. Not even South Africans watch SABC TV anymore, so why should Americans?
Gotcha, sister.